Hey traders from around the world, this is Jeremy Alexander Newsome with your Wednesday midweek real life stock review. Hope you're absolutely doing fantastic. Just checking out the markets today, and we got a little bit of selling pressure from some of the Federal Reserve Yellen announcements. They weren't anything too drastic, but a little bit of a bearish candle coming in today. Now keep in mind everything is subject to change due to volatility because we could get a nice little lower shadow in here today at some point, but as I was mentioning yesterday, I figured we either get a small inside day candle or kind of a bullish candle after the meeting because really the news wasn't that insane. Some of the notes, the U.S. economy grew at a modest pace, wage pressure generally stable to increasing. There was notes that manufacturing sector was mixed and exports continue to fall on strong dollar and weak global demand. So, I mean, some of the news wasn't massively bearish by any means, but regardless, anything, if this does turn into a nicer bearish candle today, my overall thoughts is we'll just, form this little pennant, not a pennant pattern, a triangle pattern, and probably just kind of grind a little bit through most of December. And again, probably more than likely pop in January to February, or we could also just kind of keep going sideways. So it'll be kind of interesting to see what goes down and what exactly happens. But that's what the SPY is doing, and that's kind of the same way with across the markets. The Qs down just a little bit, hanging out up there. Not much going on with the Qs. Netflix. So Netflix had some really, really good breakout action today, up 2.19%. We're going to get a really big upper shadow is my thought process. Netflix at this particular point. Keep in mind that we got some really strong wicks over here on Netflix, and we saw some selling pressure from there recently. Got some good volume, so a little bit of a rotation into the 10. Got a new white soldier yesterday and a good pop on Netflix. So my overall thought process is Netflix needs a little bit of this action and a little bit of that action before it's going to continue because a lot of buying, a lot of bullish candles coming in, a lot of volume. People are going to start locking in profits as Netflix reached the all-time high, which it did today. So people are selling at the all-time high. I don't know how big this wick's going to get today on Netflix, but my overall thought process is going to be probably some pullback and then maybe potentially a bounce out of there on Netflix. Let's go look at Apple. I want to do an iron condor in Apple, but there's no money. It's really just pretty sideways at this point. I'm still anticipating / hoping that Apple stays above 105 by the next earnings announcement, which is in January 26th, according to Earnings Whisperer. So really at this point, I wanted to do a 110, 109, 125, 126 iron condor for December. Just no premium. So really just hanging tight on Apple, not really doing that much overall. Amazon, Google, Netflix, again, kind of moved a little bit higher at some point today. But just a little bit of a smaller black candle on Amazon. Again, hanging out this nice little resistance level. Got a little bit of a pennant, and it's just kind of relaxing as well. Still has failed to get into the top Bollinger Band again. So here's the Bollinger Band on Amazon. And, we're going to talk about the Bollinger Bands tonight. That's kind of why I'm bringing it up. So make sure you're there. All you need, how to use Bollinger Bands in real life. That's the name of the class tonight at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Hope to see you there. So anyway, we didn't get into the top band, so that means likely we're probably going to trade sideways a little bit here on Amazon. Going to be kind of a little bit interesting to see how exactly that plays out. Tesla today down a little bit, 1.65%. So some selling coming into the market today, and I think it'd be absolutely really interesting is if tomorrow we got some nice long lower wicks and kind of started popping a little bit. Because again, I'm still bullish on the market in general, but December could be a little bit of a grind, and then we again maybe get a pop towards the end of December. But it's really kind of depending on what happens. Gold and silver, they are going a little bit lower. Gold down 1.25%, so it's breaking supports, breaking triangle patterns, heading down a little bit lower. Next support on gold, ticker symbol GLD, is probably about 97.56. Same thing with silver. It's also heading a little bit lower, and interesting to see what's going on. So here is silver. There we go. And again, you're just kind of pausing at this little support level. It is pretty extended, but if it starts breaking down, which it appears it's starting to do today, silver is going to likely head just a tad lower. And by a tad lower, I mean maybe all the way into 10. So metals are going to have some pullbacks, I think, and I've been thinking that for a while because the dollar is getting stronger in value. And if the dollar is going to get stronger in value, commodities like energy and energy, oils, and silver are probably going to keep dropping. But at some point soon, I think they'll be finding some bottoms, and it'll be pretty decent to start throwing out some feeler shares or picking up some physical metals at some point in a bigger quantity as they start getting lower and lower, because we both know that silver and gold is not going to go anywhere. It just could get boring for 5 or 6 years. So something's interesting to think about. So that's silver. Let's look at one other trade for the day, and that's Yahoo. And I really like what Yahoo is doing. Yahoo had an amazing gap today, great volume, and we had a black candle. So black candle yesterday, gorgeous gap. It did trade to a little bit of a resistance here. If I pull up the long-term moving averages, you can see that the 200 simple moving average on Yahoo is pretty far away, which is about 38.30. But anyway, great gap on Yahoo. We are slightly bullish on Yahoo. We're in a bullish swing trade on it. And I think this gap, this volume, folks, Yahoo's one to keep an eye on bullish, right? We might trade sideways or pull back a little bit the next 2 or 3 days and then likely pop higher and then continue. Microsoft, we got triggered into a swing trade bullish on Microsoft yesterday. Today, 55.28 by 53.94 is the triggers for Microsoft. Facebook looks more bullish than bearish. It's about 106.28. Kind of seeing a little bit of a pennant pattern at the moment on Facebook, and probably like it sell some put sales down at that level on ticker symbol FB. Target, still waiting for this bearish swing trade to trigger. It has not triggered yet. 72.07 by 73.95. I like Target. I like the fact that it broke this support. It looks like it's retesting and could roll over just a little bit on Target. And last but not least, Salesforce, ticker symbol CRM, did also trigger in bullish today. It's down a little bit of an upper shadow, but love the candle that we got yesterday. I like the gap. I like our stop. I'm willing to lose an R on that if it does in fact go against us. So we'll see. Things looked really good earlier today, and then just got some black candles shaping up. So we'll see how the market, what the market does, how it shapes up, and if we get some lower shadows. And if we don't, if we do break and SPY breaches 207, still bullish on it longer term, but at that point, I'll really feel pretty comfortable that this little triangle pattern will start to shape up and we'll start to calm down, and then again, likely and potentially continue either bullish or just totally sideways for January, February. All right, traders from around the world, thanks so much for watching this Real Life Stock Review. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out to me anytime. You can find me on Twitter at Newsome Nuggets, LinkedIn. I'm on Facebook. Real Life Trading page is on Facebook as well. And I hope to see you guys in the Bollinger Band class tonight at 7 p.m. It is free for all. That's the way Real Life Trading rolls. We're pretty awesome. I'll see you guys later. And until next time, remember, love life, live life, and trade it. See you.